Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Undersecretary of International Affairs, J. Sambier of the United States Department of the Treasury gives the following speech about technology and international money transfers. At the top of the list is the U.S. Treasury. This is being stated precisely. In accordance with the President's Executive Order on Digital Assets issued in March 2022, the government has been actively pursuing a supplementary role. Just a few weeks ago, this was released. No one has mentioned going over this material thus far. Just so you know, I'm hoping to cover 3 topics today. Here we present our present understanding of the state of innovation in international payments, the priorities set by the U.S. Treasury to improve cross-border payments, and the most important U.S. aims, values, and interests in this area. I think we can all agree that new approaches are necessary for international money transfers to go forward. It is too cumbersome, costly, and time-consuming to use cross-border payments. This is especially the case when it comes to developing economies and emerging markets. Nowadays, people might not have a good idea of how much bank fees and currency conversion costs will add up to when sending money abroad. They might not have a clue of the time it will take for payments to go through, and discrepancies in communications formats between systems could lead to mistakes and broken payment chains. We are referring to the conventional system here. Now, financial institutions may be required to hold funds or collateral against settlement risk for several days when processing cross-border payments or using certain corridors. Now that the G20 has acknowledged these flaws, there are many more issues. A roadmap to improve international money transfers was also unveiled by ATT in 2020. This roadmap has the full backing of the US government. Things are going to become interesting from here on out. Meanwhile, the US government isn't getting any attention for its failure to address issues. Yes, exactly. Look at the BRICS countries' actions. Many new innovations are currently in the works that will revolutionize the way we pay for goods and services. The United States must bring its values and principles into line with international payment systems if it wishes to expand their use. We must participate, both inside and outside of the G20s. In an effort to overcome obstacles to cross-border payments, both the public and commercial sectors have put forward an increasing number of suggestions. These days, there are a lot of cutting-edge technologies out there, and some of the best ones, like Ripple and Stellar, offer lightning-fast payment systems, distributed ledger technology, and asset tokenization. The operators of payment service provider systems, such as banks and FMIs, are currently investing in and implementing operational enhancements to their systems in order to make them more efficient, accessible, transparent, faster, cheaper, and more user and sector-friendly. As an example, the implementation of ISO 2022 messaging standards is progressing at varying rates throughout various global institutions. Further interlinking is taking place in some jurisdictions with robust bilateral economic links. Are you familiar with the Unified Payments and Interference System (UPI) that India's BRICS partner, the UAE, is working to establish bilateral linkages with other nations, such as Singapore? Payment system interoperability is one of the 3 aims across all UN action areas of the G20 roadmap. List of compatible tokens and coinage. Additionally, several governments are doing tests with distributed ledger technology, DLT, based payments and cross-border CBDCs to see what the future holds for monetary transactions. Possible supplementary features include programmable payments, immediate settlement, and transparency of cost institutions and payment chains. Not to mention that out of the 15 current initiatives at the Bank for International Settlements that are testing out cross-border payments, 12 of them look into CBDC use cases. The members of the Bank of International Settlements Task Force Ripple are known to us. It goes on to explain that participants are investigating tokenization with their central bank's reserves or bank deposits to enhance cross-border settlement, as part of public, private, and mixed sector activities, in the absence of budgetary support. A CBDC would mean denying the necessity of CBDCs. Observe the current actions of Ripple and Stellar, new innovations will necessitate engagement with the legal heritage system, at least for a certain while. Excuse me, but what we're aiming to do is improve the systems, not replace them. And the frictions and problems need to be addressed immediately. Also, there are a lot of new developments, and different people have different ideas about how money and payments will work in the future. They're bringing forward new ideas, like Ripple Installer, which are implemented by startups. People, businesses, and governments are all eager for things to improve. If the US and its allies don't take the lead here, other countries will. On a final note, listen a bit further. As a team, we collaborate closely with our partners and allies to have these systems implemented in the world's financial institutions. There is a long-standing system of international payments that relies on the US dollar and US institutions. Given the importance of these factors to the economy, it would be foolish to do away with them. In July of this year, the Federal Reserve introduced FedNow for instant retail payments. They are now planning to implement the new ISO 2022 messaging standard. Additionally, the system is legacy-based and supports other experimental organizations, such the New York Innovation Center. At this point, we know that Ripple has been there. The importance of the private sector follows. Specifically, it refers to enhancing cross-border solutions. When compared to public sector programs, private sector efforts offer better incentives for constant innovation and faster development times. Lastly, we have the Financial Action Task Force, the Committee on Payments, and Market Infrastructures, all of which are vital and well known to have an impact. Because the US is keen on keeping up with the ever-changing payment landscape, innovative systems and technologies are going to be required to fit in with the existing framework. All countries should be able to use them. I can't help but think about Ripple and Stellar when I hear that they should be non-bank to bank. And lastly, they conclude that, in the short term, we need to implement the long-term goal of the G20, which is to make cross-border payments easier, faster, cheaper, and more transparent. Promptly, we need to investigate drastic measures to promote ethical innovation. I've been discussing the relationship between the Federal Reserve and Ripple for a while now. Everyone can see that the US is completely and utterly evident. At Atlantic Council, Danielle Dixon is employed. Stellar, in which we recently saw that we are the second most traded cryptocurrency in the world, is collaborating with the Atlantic Council, whose members include prominent figures in policymaking, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, and many more. We are entering a bull run, and we know that EFTPS ETFs are on the way, so surely everyone should be paying attention this year. The release of CBDCs is imminent. We have confirmation that XRP and XLM will be on. Is anything not crystal clear on the latest version of the system? So, I'm free for the time being. In the meanwhile, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and comment below. See you soon, bye.